Hello, my name is Elizabeth, and today I'll be reflecting on what I learned in Introduction to Psychology. Question 1. How has your understanding of psychology changed since you've taken this course? Before taking this course, I thought psychology was mainly about, counseling people with mental health disorders, but now I understand that it's much, much broader than that. It's the scientific study of the mind and behavior and includes so many different areas like development and learning and personality and biology and even social interactions. One of the biggest changes in my thinking is realizing that psychology is both a science and a practical field. Researchers study human behavior using evidence and the scientific method, but that knowledge is also used to improve people's lives through counseling and education and healthcare and prevention programs. This course helped me appreciate how psychology can be used to better understand people while still relying on research instead of assumptions. Question 2 is, what key terms or concepts were most impactful in changing the way you view psychology, and why? The first concept that had the greatest impact on me was integration. I learned that psychology and the Christian worldview do not have to conflict with one another. Instead scientific research can help us understand God's creation while the Bible provides the foundation for the truth. That changed how I think about psychology because I no longer see faith and science as being in opposition. The second concept that stood out to me was self-efficiency, which is a person's belief in their ability to succeed. I found it interesting that our confidence can affect our motivation. Our persistence, our performance. It made me realize how important encouragement and positive experiences and just believing in yourself can be when facing challenges. Question 3. Which areas of psychology do you find most interesting and why? The area of psychology I found most interesting was definitely developmental psychology. I enjoyed learning that people continue to grow and change throughout their entire lives and not just childhood. Physically, emotionally, cognitively, social development, all of those continue into adulthood. And I found that very fascinating. I also found biological psychology interesting because it shows how the brain, nervous system, hormones, and genetics can all influence our behavior. It helped me see that human behavior is a lot more complex than I had realized. Question 4 is, describe how your understanding of integration has been influenced by this course. This course has helped strengthen my understanding that psychology and Christianity can complement each other. Psychology helps explain how people think, feel, behave, while the Bible provides that foundation for understanding who we are and why we struggle and where true hope comes from. I believe both can work together to help us better understand people and care for them with wisdom and compassion. Overall, this course has given me a much greater appreciation for psychology. I now see it as a field that combines scientific research with practical application to improve people's lives. It has changed the way I think about human behavior, and I leave this course with a deeper understanding of both psychology and the importance of viewing people with just compassion and respect. Thank you so much for listening.